Hello, everyone. Very much welcome to BA and Product Management Z-Days. So apparently, all of you are willing to get certified. And if that is so, you've joined the right talk. We have Ievgeniia Popova here and Dmytro Lenda to tell you about their real-life experience on getting the certification and just everything you need to know to get certified. And just a couple of quick notes from my side about how we're going to proceed here today. You're very much encouraged to post your questions in chat or in the discussion section of the Community Z platform. This talk is being recorded, so you will be able to see the recording afterwards on the Community Z platform. Best question has a chance to win a prize, so please leave your name under each question you post. We will review them and upvote. And I'm no longer stealing the floor here. Please welcome our presenters.
Hello all. Are you ready to become a certified BA? I'm sure you will be ready soon. My name is Dmytro, and today I'm going to present with my colleague Ievgeniia. We are going to share information how to become a certified BA. In the first part of our presentation, I will cover the major and most popular BA certification options. Ievgeniia.
Hello, everyone. My name is Ievgeniia, and in the second part of our presentation, I will share the practical tips on how to crack the most popular, the top certification from IIBA, CBAP. And now I'm giving the floor to Dmytro.
Hi again. So let's start looking at major options for a BA to become certified. A couple of words about my background. I am a lead business analyst in EPAM with more than 15 years of experience in business analysis. I hold several business analysis and domain certifications, and I am a professional assessment expert in EPAM. So, what is the value of being certified? I think that this is quite controversial question, and there are advocates of certification. There are people who are in opposition to certification, and these two groups argued with each other. So here you can see a few arguments of those who are in opposition to certification, and that arguments can be valid to some extent, but in my opinion, the value of certification is obvious, and the arguments in favor of it are more strong and more substantial. So let's look at this in more details. So first, I would like to describe arguments value that support value for you, for applicant. There are several arguments here, but the most important is that according to the recent study of International Institute of Business Analysis, those who holds at least one certification earn 11% more than those who are not certified. And especially for CBAP certificate, those who hold it earn 19% more than average. So numbers, statistics are in favor of certification. In addition to that, I think that preparation to the exam, to the certification, may improve creativity, and some psychological study also support that opinion. So that is benefits for you. In addition, certification bring benefits to your company, so it can improve professionalism of employees, demonstrate it to clients, stimulate info of new knowledge into the company, and that is important. It support ethical behavior. All we know such stories like Enron case, like Bank case, when companies suffered from irregular behavior of employees, and that even may cause bankruptcy. So that benefit of certification is in direct favor of employer. The benefits are also present for the profession as a whole. So certification gives a single benchmark to measure professional from different regions and areas. So we can compare BA from India with BA from South America. Also, it fosters exchange of information and best practices among different spheres. And again, certification defines what is ethical behavior that is in favor of both employer and the industry. Also, value can be created on the general public and society level. So certification can help to distinguish best experts, can spread the knowledge, BA knowledge to the people who are not certified and the general public, and again, it fosters ethical behavior. Certification model were proved by time, so that model was adopted in many established professions like accounting profession, where it was utilized since the beginning of 20th century. Investment profession and project management profession that adopted that model since the middle of 20th century, and relatively new industries like financial risk management and software testing. Let's look at numbers. So you can see on the chart that, for example, for project management profession, there are more than 1 million holders of that certificate, and those who hold SCCA certification and CFA, that number for each profession exceeds 100,000. And in case of SCCA is more than 200,000. So that certificates are marked on right side of the chart, and in the left side you can see BA different BA certifications. So I think that that chart demonstrates substantial potential that have BA certifications. So number of the holders may be increased till the level of at least accounting certificates SCCA, or possibly till the level of project management certification. Also, you can see from that chart that a number of holders of British Computer Society BA certifications exceeds 100,000, and number of holders of IREB CPRI foundation level certificates exceeds 50,000, and that also demonstrates potential for certification from International Institute of Business Analysis like CBAP, CCBA, and ECBA. So I think that a number of holders of that certificate will also increase till the level of British Computer Society certificates. Yeah, so that is numbers, and let's look at the EPAM experience with BA certifications. So you can see that chart that demonstrate number of different BA certificates within EPAM. So total number of employees in EPAM is more than 40,000, and number of BAs is about 2,000. And for that number of BA, EPAM employees holds about 83 CBAP certificates, followed by about 30 of IREB certificates, and residual ones is number of residual certificates is less than 10. So that is British Computer Society certificate, PMI, PBA certificate, and 2 domain certificates, namely CFA and FRM. In general, that chart demonstrates that BA certificates are popular in EPAM, but only less than 10% of employees possess it. And again, that demonstrates the substantial potential of increase in number of certified employees. EPAM supports applicants that working towards different BA certifications. So the support is centralized to some extent, and EPAM compensates up to $450 per year for certification, unfortunately only once per year. And sometimes at project discretion, it may compensate the full cost of the program. In my case, I was compensated about $1,000, partially from EPAM budget and partially from project budget. So yes, that also is the case. And EPAM fosters sharing of experience. Decentralized measures also applied. So it's community support from project managers, and access to EPAM resources devoted to certification. That is also beneficial for applicants. So anyway, I should say that management in EPAM understands the value of certification and apply reasonable measures to support those who seek certification, and that benefit both EPAM and its employees. Now let's look how to make the proper choice, how to choose the best certification for you. First, let's look at major certification entities. There are a lot of them, but there are 4 major, most popular institutions that offer different certification options. First is International Institute of Business Analysis. That is a Canadian-based entity founded in 2003. And it's maybe most popular in North America and in international environment. Second is Project Management Institute. That institution is famous by its PMP certification, but it's started propose BA certification, PMI, PBA, recently, not far from now. But that certification gained popularity, especially in North America. British Computer Society is maybe a most ancient organization in the list, and it's most popular now. with more than 100,000 of certified BAs. But I think that is slightly less innovative in comparison to International Institute of Business Analysis. And finally, International Requirements Engineering Board. So that are the 4 major players within that area. Let's look on the first entity from the list. So International Institute of Business Analysis offers 3 major BA certifications, and they vary in level of difficulty. So entry certificate in business analysis, ACBA, is the easiest, and CBAP, certified business analysis professional, is the most advanced and the most difficult, with the most substantial requirements to professional experience. It's about 5 years. And please note that all that exams requires agreement to the code of conduct. So ethics is important here. Let's look at project management institute options. So it's only one options, PMI PBA certificate, and here, so it's its difficulty is in between CCBA and CBAP certificate, because here is an option to account bachelor degree and compensate part of required experience. So I think that it's slightly easier and less comparable in comparison to a CBAP exam. Yes. So let's look on British Computer Society options. Here you can see 3 levels that does not require experience to be admitted to the exam. And again, like with PMI and IIBA, here is requirements to adopt code of ethics. That is important, and that level of exams is comparable to maybe ECBA, I think, because no requirements for experience. Here, 2 most advanced levels from British Computer Society, and consultant level is comparable to CBAP level from IIBA. But again, the results of that exam is less comparable, because CBAP uses tests for on its exam, and here not only tests but also scenarios and oral exam. So results is less comparable, and it's more difficult to compare holders of that certification among each other, and that is a like benefit of CBAP exam, that it provides such option. So expert level is most advanced level, but again, the results are less comparable than CBAP results. And finally, International Requirements Engineering Boards provides 3 level of its examination, and at foundation level, the exam may be taken in different languages. So you may choose option to take it in your native language if your English is not strong enough. And for that exams, there are no mandatory code of conduct. So in some way it's an advantage, but in some way it's a drawback. And foundational and advanced level, you should not demonstrate experience. But at expert level, you should have 3 years of experience and also take the exam. And again, here is exam not based solely on tests, but also for written and oral components, making it less comparable. Overall, when considering which exam to choose, you should consider different factors: popularity and geography, entry requirements, seniority factors, so that if that exam is for more senior people or more junior professionals, requirements to continuous education, economic factors are also important, different costs associated with that exam, and language of the exam. So you should consider all that factors and take decisions that are best suited to your circumstances. In some cases, domain certification may also be an option for IBA. If your domain area is complex, so you may get a domain certificate, and that may be a valid alternative to professional BA certificate. For example, for financial industry, you may choose out of ICCA certificate, FRM, and CFA. I think that I place it in the level of difficulty. So ICCA is most easiest, and CFA is most advanced. Again, you may apply the same factors to choose the proper domain certificate. I think that the high-level process of preparation to any of this certification is quite similar. So first, you should make a decision that you could do that, collect enough information about the exam, read a few detailed professional books to understand the context and terminology, read condensed preparation materials to be prepared exact for that exact exam, use snapshotted materials to refresh the information in your memory, do as many mock exams as possible, and try to be in a good mental state during this exam, and keep calm till the release of the results. And especially important factor to consider for an exam is its costs. So the variables, and you should collect information about them and consider them all to make the optimal decision regarding your examination. So I also try to forecast some milestones regarding the development of certification, BA certifications in the nearest future. So first, I expect that the size of curriculum will grow because BA profession is developing and new techniques and methods are adopted, and that's why new techniques will be included in curriculum, and its size will grow. Second, I expect that professional level certifications like CBAP or advanced level of other providers will get the master level accreditation. So that is true for CFA and FRM. Now that certifications obtained master level accreditation in Great Britain and maybe in Canada. So I expect that the same will be with business analysis certifications. That is good. And another prediction that number of certificate holders will increase at the expense of applicants from developing countries, which will seek recognition on global level. And that will also bring into the value of certificate. And the final prediction is that the most popular will be foundational and professional level certificates, because foundational level is required to get entry-level position into the industry, like junior BA. And after that, professional level is for those who want to be recognized as experienced mature professionals. So for International Institute of Business Analysis certifications, such certification is ECBA, entry-level certificate, and CBAP, the most advanced certificate. So that are the major trends, in my opinion, that will define the development of BA certifications in the nearest future. Yes, and of course, here there are no silver bullet that could satisfy all requirements, but nevertheless, I think for the most experienced and ambitious applicants who possess a good command of English, the best option will be CBAP as the most promising and the most rigorous and most comparable certificate in the BA certification universe. But again, it's my personal opinion. Let's look at the results. So thank you. You may find me on LinkedIn, and I am passing the mic to Ievgeniia.
Okay, now we are going to the second part. Okay, here we are. So, my name is Ievgeniia, and I am lead business analyst at IIBA. I have more than 8 years of experience in business analysis, mostly in an IT industry. I am CBAP, and also I have domain certification in e-commerce area as well. At IPAM, I play a role of head of IPAM hierarchy of business analysis community. And also I obtain the role of committee head of global professional assessment. If you came to watch this presentation, you probably considering, or you are already half of the way to your certification. After this presentation, you'll get the clear understanding on the CBAP certification process and probably overcome your fear of engaging into it. And today I'm going to explain 5 main steps on how to become CBAP with the first attempt, as I did. And I'm also will be happy to share with you my personal experience on how you can save your time and money during preparation. But before that, let's define what the CBAP is. And as you probably know, CBAP stands for Certified Business Analysis Professional. Physically, CBAP is digital certificate with a unique certification number accompanied with a digital badge, which states that you successfully passed the exam. After successful completion, you will receive this link, like verification link, where you can download certificate like you see on the screen. And also you will be added to the certification registers of IIBA, of course, if you get your consent. But what is behind this badge? So why so many people want to become CBAP and are ready to apply huge effort to get it? CBAP is the highest professional certification in business analysis from International Institute of Business Analysis. Well, where to start your journey to become CBAP? First of all, I suggest you to go to the official IIBA.org site and download the certification handbook from the IIBA and check if you are eligible to this certification and get what is missing. To apply for CBAP, you need to have 7,500 of experience in business analysis in the last 10 years. And also you need to map these hours to each knowledge area in BABOK. And in 4 of these areas, you need to have at least 900 hours. The next thing to consider is references. So you'll need to provide 2 contact points. It can be either your career manager or someone who responds for your development in your company, or it can be also a CBAP recipient who knows you more than 6 months. And at least one of these 2 references must be your current contact. And the last but not the least thing is professional development hours. So you need to have minimum 35 of professional development hours in last 4 years. Okay, where should you get it? How you can get it? Professional development hours basically refers to some education or trainings or courses that assist you in developing your skills for some knowledge area from BA. There is a list of criteria that courses must match to be able to give you these professional development hours. And here you have the link for the endorsed education provider. It contains the list of courses that are already validated by IIBA, and you'll find there both online and offline options, and also you can find the LinkedIn Learning, which, as you know, for EPAM employees is free resource, so you can save money on that. The list that can give you PD hours, not limited only to this list, but you have to care about to check if your courses, your pass, match the criteria from IBA. Another option to consider when we are talking about professional development hours, it is IB accredited conferences. So those are the conferences that for which all attendants receive professional development hours for their participation. Also you can volunteer to IBA, for example, fill in some questionnaires and like other stuff, help on conferences and so on. So as you can see, there are plenty of options on how to get this professional development hours. How to choose the courses if you think about that? So will the courses help you to get prepared for the CBAP? That would be great if it worked like on this picture, but unfortunately it is not the case. Relying on courses as a magic tool for your preparation, definitely not a good idea, because it's not like you pass the courses and like next day you go and pass CBAP. But on the other hand, I can't say that courses are useless, because there are many benefits from the courses. They can structure your knowledge. They, of course, can give you PD hours, and they help you to build the network. So during my courses, I have great acquaintances with which we continue our communication. Also, when you join the formal preparation course, you have the advantage of a mentor who is there, and he can answer your queries and resolve your doubts. This is something which is not possible when you studying on your own. And personally, I have attended the RTOB, and in case among of all options you have to get PD hours, you choose the course. So yeah, I can recommend those. Okay, so about how to apply, you just go to IB org site and to go this path. It's pretty simple. How much certification costs? So as you know, certification fee consists of the application and exam fee. The price differs by country, and also differs if you are member or not member of IIBA. So for members of IIBA, it's the price is lower. And also to save your money, you can check for the discounts at the official sites. They have these discounts very often. Basically, in April there was, I think, a 15% discount for application fee, and almost always there is some discount. So you just need to track those and buy when the price is the most attractive. How to log your working experience? So this actually takes much time, I would say. So you will need to map each working hour of that you have to some area, like knowledge area from the webbook. And here is the time to build back the bridges with all your friends, all your managers from the past workplaces, because you'll need to provide the contact from each workplace. You probably will be freaking out about the volume and the level of details you need to learn to pass CBAP, but that's what you will have at the beginning. And you'll be terrified and don't know even where to start, because it's looks like unmanageable. Trust me, I've been in that situation, and that's not fun. So what should you rely on? How you should prepare? So you should rely on yourself. You need to gather all the related materials. Here on the slide, you can see materials that helped me a lot during my preparation. Of course, those 5 resources, not the only resources you can use. This is the list that I used. The mandatory is BA book version 3, because it is basically the book on which the certification is based. All others are optional. But also, I would strongly recommend to use the question banks like exam simulators to train yourself and to try the format. I used the watermark. Many people waste significant amount of time asking everywhere, how did you prepare? So they just find someone who passed CBAP successfully and ask, how did you prepare? Actually, there is no sense to looking for the golden standard for preparation, because it doesn't work this way. You need to find what is working for you. So what I suggest, how to understand, how to build your personal perfect plan. Select one knowledge area that you worked with but do not know very well in theory. And choose 2 techniques. One is well known, and one that you probably not never have faced with, but have some concerns about it. Then learn it. Try different methods. So you can try mnemonics, try different books, try different videos, use flashcards, use tables, create your own artifacts. Then you need to test your knowledge. You can try some free sample of tests provided in the books. For example, in CBAP, CCBA Certified Business Analysis Study Guide in 2nd edition, there is in the end there is a sample of questions, or you can use watermark even at that stage. Then measure and extrapolate what you have. So multiply this time. So you need to measure this time. How much does it take to you to learn this one knowledge area and two techniques? And multiply this time to the number of knowledge area. You know, there are 6 of them in the book. For requirements, analysis, design, definition, and for areas that you didn't do not know well, multiply this time by 2. And there is also a technique like financial analysis. In case you never worked in this domain and have never faced with these tools and these calculations, I think you should multiply by 3 or even 4. And then, based on this information, based on this time and resources you found for you as the best, create your plan and also take in consideration your availability. So you have maybe project load, some family load, some vacations, and so on. Use your plan and monitor how you're going on and change it in case it doesn't work for you. Here, like what my plan was, I want to share my plan. So what I did, I read one knowledge area in the book, then I took the test and learned this knowledge area table by heart. Then I read CBAP preparation guide for this knowledge area. Then I learned techniques that correspond to this knowledge area. Then I took test and repeat this test. So analyze results, and repeat this test for this particular knowledge area until you get 80–90% of the correct answers. And then don't forget to revise it. I revised on 2nd, 7th, and 30th day because it's like sounds like the best to get to long-term memory. What does the real exam look like? So CBAP contains 120 multiple choice questions, and you are supposed to correct those in 3.5 hours. About 50% of questions are quite a long read, you know. Some questions also will require from you calculations, and compared to the watermark exam simulation, there are really many of them. So to get preliminary understanding of what to expect in the exam, you can check those links I share here and check the samples of questions. So how should you know if you are ready or not? Also, please note that this list is not from some official sources. It's just based on my experience. So I think you are ready when you know 6 knowledge area from the book, like learn by heart. You know techniques and how to apply them, and when should you use it and when should you not to use it. And of course, how to conduct each technique. For this, don't hesitate to apply. So it's not just about theory. You have 1 year for preparation, and to use this year to apply all those techniques in your work practice, in your projects, and you'll get those pros and cons by your own experience, and you will have your own considerations. Diagrams. So for diagrams, pretty much easy. You need to know the notations and what they are for. You must be able to calculate total cost of ownership, return of investment. You must be able to perform cost-benefit analysis. And what I think the most important here, train your endurance. So ensure that you are able to be focused on the exam questions for 3.5 hours. Next thing to consider, like, should you apply for exam or should you get prepared first? So basically, you know yourself better, and you are the one who decide. But my suggestion is that, first of all, you definitely need to check eligibility. Then you can pay application fee, which about $125. Then you, like using a plan I shared before, you can estimate your effort, like to understand how much will it take for you in terms of effort and time to get prepared. And then here is the point when you need to decide, like, go or not go for CBAP. So I think it's completely okay not to go for CBAP after you understand how much time and effort do you need. But in case you decide to go, then you pay the next part. You pay for exam, which about I think $450, and prepare. And you have 1 year for preparation. You have 3 attempts during this year, but each next attempt will be at a cost, so it's not free. I think 1 year is okay for preparation. Basically, according to different sources, people spend from 100 to 300 hours for preparation. So you definitely can find this time during 1 year. Yeah, about how to schedule the exam, it's pretty simple. So you monitor the discounts at the certification fee page at IIBA and buy at the best price. Then you schedule your exam. No need to schedule exam at the moment you pay, but book in advance because there can be no slots for desired time. So that is the situation I had. I wanted to pass in the Saturday morning, and there was no slots for that time, so I had to adjust. Here, in case you pass online, for example, or in the center, explore info about the certification process. So for the option you choose. Because there are some software requirements, like requirements to your hardware, requirements to VPN, firewall, so you also will need to set up some security browser to start the exam. So also you'll need external webcam because during examination, the proctor will need to see your hands, and it is like not possible with the built-in camera. And also find the phone number to call in case of some technical issue during the online proctored exam. So this is the list that you should check, not the night before the exam, but probably I think in a week is okay. Okay, and how to pass the exam itself, tips. The first one is really simple and really important. Have a rest. I mean, not the rest with drinking beer with your friends the night before, but you have to sleep, and sleep is a must because you must be like your mind must be clear. So studying all the night before the exam is not a good idea, definitely. Use approach that works for you. So try a different approach while you prepare, and use the best one. So it's not the case you need to change something at the exam. Things to consider: you need to understand and decide for yourself, will you have rest or will you not have rest during the exam. You have ability to do that for 15 minutes, if I'm not mistaken. You need to understand what will be your approach. So one approach is to skip long read questions, and also skip like questions which require calculations. Go for the short questions first, and then come back to the long, or like go one by one. So I went one by one, and that works for me, but there are really different approach for that. The next, what I want to suggest you, do not leave the empty answers. So in case you have no time or you don't know the answer completely, just select something, because in that case you have 25% chance to guess. Otherwise, you just have the wrong answer and that's it. Okay, and now you pass this exam. So once you pass, celebrate it. It's getting certified is really a challenge, and it may be not only a challenge for you, but also for your families. So be grateful for those who helped you and help others. Is there a life after the CBAP? So, of course, yes. CBAP certificate is valid for 3 years, and you must develop your skills and contribute to the profession to get continuous development hours and prolong your exam in 3 years without their examination. And if you are wondering how your life will change after getting certified, believe me, it won't. When I earned CBAP, I was not immediately granted like first class flight, and children did not throw rose petals everywhere I walked. But after becoming CBAP, I became confident that I can deal with any case that I can face on my project, that I can face on my work. Because now I can rely not only on my personal experience, but also I can utilize worldwide practices, and it's great. So also I am invited to be a speaker on conferences, on webinars, and that's a really pleasure to share the knowledge. And now I would ask my colleague Dmytro to guide us through the benefits he has. Dmytro?
Hi again. Evgenia, could you please turn the next slide on?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, so for me, it was also a great experience. I polished my knowledge of BA profession. I established a really great celebration party after the exam. I met a lot of new friends, really interesting people, and I'm hungry for new challenges. So anyway, it was really wonderful experience. Evgenia?
Okay. Thank you all for being with us, and please get certified. Don't be afraid. Get prepared, and you will definitely pass it, and you will be definitely succeed. Go for it, and myself and Dmytro wish you good luck. Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank you very much for your presentation. I'm almost persuaded myself. I know how to find you, and I hope a lot of our listeners today got very inspired by your example and will be reaching out there for opportunities to get a new boost to their career. Right now, we got some time to go through the questions, and thank you very much, Dmytro, for covering quite a few of them already in the chat area. So currently, one of our three most voted questions is from Olga. How is having a professional certification helping with the career in EPAM and outside EPAM? So Ievgeniia or Dmytro, anyone?
Okay, maybe both of us. So yeah, as I've already shared in my previous, I think, slide. So to develop career, basically, I already was a lead business analyst when I passed the CBAP, but for sure I'll go for the next level soon. And from the perspective of experience, it's so yeah, I feel myself pretty much more confident in the situation I have on my projects, and now I know that I really can rely on. So I know how to apply, and not only read, but I know also how to apply each of technique from the book, and it really helped me already, and will help me to deal with all the project situations.
Dmytro, how was it for you?
So I may add my own benefits. So for me, the certification helped me to structure knowledge, and it's really good to place each piece of experience on its own shelf. So that improve quality of business analysis work, I think. In addition to that, it enlarge your professional knowledge, and yeah, again, new friends, new connections, and from the career point of view, I think that, for example, for at least when you aiming at A5 level in EPAM, so CBAP certification is a desired requirement. So it's not mandatory, but still, if you have it, it's a plus to your experience, and it increase your chances to obtain chief analyst level. So that's it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you for the answer. The other question is, how much time has it taken to prepare for the CBAP exam?
Okay, maybe I'll go first again. So to me, I've attended the courses to get professional development hours, and then in a year and 2 months, I have passed the CBAP. But basically, after I spent time for the courses, which lasted about 5 days, if I'm not mistaken, then basically I did nothing for quite a long time. And started real preparation, I think in the autumn. So it's like September, October, November, December, January, February, and in the beginning of March this year, I passed. Of course, when you go closer to the examination date, you spend more time for that. Yeah, I think I actually haven't calculated the hours as some people did, but in terms of so like about 3 months, I prepared I spent about 2 hours per week, and then I spent I don't know, about 2 hours per day right to the exam. Dmytro?
So I will add to that that the estimated value from IIBA is 200 hours or 250 hours. I don't remember precisely, but anyway, you should spend in average that number of hours to be fully prepared for the exam. So please, you may find that number on the site of International Institute of Business Analysis. As for me personally, I spent maybe slightly more time because I tried to pass the exam from the first attempt. And again, if you would like to increase the probability of success from the first attempt, you should pay. So you should spend more time on preparation than in the usual case when you may take it from second or third attempt. And again, the required time depends on your experience. So you should count that if you're experienced analyst, you may spend less time, and if you are relatively new to the profession, you should spend more time than average estimate. And also that depends on your knowledge of English. So for those who know new English better, the expected time may be less. So that's it. Thank you.
Yeah, looks like that's quite doable. You know, you guys passed and didn't spend like 50 years of your life or something.
Yes,
All right.
absolutely.
Very encouraging to our audience, I'd say. Okay, coming back to certification, we had a question about trainings or courses for CCBA or CBAP preparation. Anything you could recommend, or maybe we could send it later. I don't know, that was a question from Anonymous, so I'm not sure where we would send this, but still.
Okay, so as I mentioned, I passed courses, Art of Business Analysis. It was offline courses in Kiev. I know that probably they also have online now. Also, I know that there is LinkedIn Learning, but those I watched after, like already after that. So I would say, so you need to consider what goal do you set for these courses. So in case it's just taking PD hours, it's one step. Okay, looks like I'm back. Yeah, if in case you want to have someone guide you through the weblock, then you need to have the one when you have the real mentor who is also CBAP and can help you and can answer all your questions. So I can recommend what I passed.
All right, Dmytro, anything to add?
Well, I also visited courses from Art of BA, so good courses, and they are endorsed IIBA provider, so less efforts when you should provide validation of your produce of your studies. So that's good, but also the universe of available options is high. There are courses from LinkedIn and from other providers. So look at different options and choose the option that best suits your situation and your restrictions. So thank you.
All right, thanks. Another question that was already partially answered by Dmytro was from Tomasz. He is asking, what would be a suggested path to certify in a general BA, for example, CCBA followed by CBAP or PMI PBA? And I guess as Dmytro already commented on that one, maybe we would hear more from Ievgeniia.
Okay, basically I haven't passed PMI BA and I haven't dig deep into that certification, because for me, I just decided that it will be CBAP for sure. So basically, I don't have an answer for that. I know that both certification must be maintained, so they have some period for which they are valid, and then you must be get recertified in different options, you know. So I know also they are pretty much similar. Based on information that Dmytro shared in his part of presentation, there are like different criteria to consider when you are selecting. So it's popularity, this particular certification between like different countries, and different price, and so on. And also, in case you go for CBAP, you will become like member of IIBA community and will work closer with people who drives IIBA community in your country. And for PMI, I think the same. So it's just another organization which provide good certifications, I think, as well. But it's just another community of people, and you actually can obtain both of them, and probably I will obtain PMI as well soon. So that's it.
All right, guys. So it looks like the next question is the last one we got on our plate. So if anyone is curious about something, please go ahead and post a question. This is your almost last chance. Meanwhile, there was another question from Tomasz, whether certifications are permanent or we need to retake them on a regular basis. So Dmytro answered that for CBAP, you must be recertified each 3 years. I don't know, Ievgeniia, do you have anything to add?
Yeah, in my slide, which actually will be shared with all attendants, you have the link for the certification guideline. So it is official from the IIBA, and you need to either to get recertified, so like take exam again in 3 years, or you can develop yourself and collect continuous development hours. And so you pay your certification fee and log your certification hours, and your certification will be prolonged automatically after that for more 3 years, and in 3 years then you need to do that again. So it's not like for all the life certification. It's 3 years, and then you need to contribute to the profession to get it prolonged.
All right. As we don't have any more incoming questions, I wanted to thank you very much for your presentation. We received quite a few comments that it's very well structured and you did a great job of preparing it. Thank you very much. I'm posting a link to the chat right now where you will be able to find the recording and the presentation itself. And please don't forget that you could vote for the best speaker, best presentation. Please go ahead and do so. And let me just repost one more time the link for the discussions. If you have any further questions that were not covered here, please go ahead and post them. We will monitor the discussions page and we'll definitely get back to you. And let me, okay, and we got one more question in the meantime. So does EPAM support employees with the CBAP application certification cost? If so, how is the process? You've probably answered that already during your presentation, but maybe someone could just give us a quick recap.
Yeah, in case you are a PAM employee, there is actually there is the guideline on how to get support, how to get paid for how to reimburse certification fee, and of course application and certification fee as well, not only for CBAP but for all of them. So just ping me and I'll share it on our internal EPAM resource. And the process is there described very well. But the idea is that first you pay by yourself, and then when you successfully passed, you have your certificate, then you can apply for reimbursement.
All right, thank you very much for the great presentation again. Please think of the best question you've been asked today. I will chase you afterwards. And thank you very much to everyone who has joined our BA and product management days and this presentation as well. I'm wishing you a great Friday and weekend, and of course, a very successful career in BA or product management, whatever your preference is. Thank you very much. Bye for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.